Everybody get up, it's time to slam now. We got the real jam going down. Welcome to the Space Jam.
Hi, my name is Lockamy-Gilarranz. I am a student at North Carolina Central University, and today I interviewed Patrick Fitzsimons, the Recreation Program Supervisor of the town of Apex.
And I am a Recreation Program Supervisor for the town of Apex and all the youth leagues. So depending on the time of year, what I'm getting into, the period in the season, it could be a lot of different things. Right now I'm in the middle of basketball season, so I'm kind of maintaining that season, updating scores and standings, checking in with my coaches and my staff, and that's just kind of doing the day-to-day activities that come with the season. I'm also working on getting ready for the spring season, which is a whole new set of sports, and so I'm recruiting volunteer coaches to coach all the teams. I'm working on the schedules, the game schedules, the practice schedules, taking registration for all the kids who are signing up for these teams and getting everything ready for the beginning of that season. With a job like mine, you have to be very organized because there's so much going on. For example, basketball, there's 88 different teams, and every team has to practice once a week, has to play once a week. Every team has, you have to make sure they have a place to play. There's not, when you're dealing with schedules, you can't double book teams, so you have to make sure, that two teams don't show up at the same place. With basketball, for example, we use our schools, the middle schools in the area, so I have to work with the administrators at the schools to rent the gyms and make sure they're available. So it's very important to stay on top of, day to day, make sure you know exactly who's supposed to be where and be very organized. So I would say that's attention to detail is pretty important in this job. Another one is having good judgment and having good communication skills. There's a lot of interaction I have with coaches, with parents, with a lot of different people who are asking about different things. So it's important to have good communication skills, be able to respond to questions if there are emails or phone calls or people in person. Was majored in economics. I had no idea what I wanted to do, and really hadn't thought about much as far as a career in recreation. But then I just took a job doing something research-based that had nothing to do with recreation. And I realized I didn't want to be stuck behind a desk 40 hours a week and, just sitting looking at a computer. And so I realized, I played sports growing up my whole life, all different sports and all, in programs like these. And I realized how much that shaped who I was and how important that is. And so I actually found at NC State the graduate program, Parks, Recreation, and Parks, Recreation, and Tourism Management. So my graduate program was 2 years, took a lot of different classes similar to what you're taking in sports management. We had budget classes, we dealt with diversity, all kinds of different things. We had an internship that we had to do. That was very important to kind of get the experience in the field. And so that kind of my internship actually led to a full-time job. And obviously in Parks Recreation, at a place there's a lot of schools in North Carolina that have that major. I think East Carolina has it, Appalachian State, NC State. So if you're looking at specifically Parks and Recreation, then you would want to do a recreation management major or something like that. As far as if you're looking at Parks and Rec, there's also public administration. There's people who work in government, in local government. Like I said, public administration, there's a lot of classes on budget management, how local governments work. Those are very useful in a job that's when you're working for a municipality, because our job is unique because we're in Parks and Recreation, so we run sports and recreation programs, but we also work as part of the town of Apex, which is, you know, a government entity. So it's really helpful to kind of know how that all works. I'd say definitely find an internship if you can. The best thing you can do when you're looking for a full-time job is to have experience in the field. So people who are just taking classes, sure, you can say, all right, I have a degree, I've taken classes on this and that, but to be, when you're on a job interview, you're going to get specific questions about how would you handle this, you know, what experience do you have in the field, you know, doing this, running this program. So any kind of internship or getting out in the field would definitely be important. Say specifically in Parks and Rec, it's not growing that fast just because, you know, these are town jobs. It's not like there's new departments being created every day. Certainly we're expanding as, you know, the area grows. We're going to hopefully grow our department. It is expanding. I'd say in the private sector it's probably expanding even more. You know, as people are moving here, you know, they're building more YMCAs, they're building more recreation centers that aren't necessarily public. So it is expanding, just not that fast. Always new things that are happening, new trends, which means that there's going to be things that are happening to accommodate that. You know, people are interested in rock climbing, so they just built a new rock climbing center. I'd say there, you know, recreation is an interesting field because there's a lot of different things you can do, not necessarily just Parks and Rec with the town. You can work, you know, you can work at like a country club, or you can work at a ski resort, or, you know, at the beach. There's a lot of different things that are included in kind of the recreation field. Well, there's a lot of new sports that are becoming more popular. Lacrosse is growing rapidly. Ultimate frisbee, just different things that are beyond the traditional soccer and basketball and baseball. Someone who's just graduated college, you're going to have advantages that someone, you know, my age and older aren't going to have as far as technology. There's a whole use of social media and as a way of marketing. So that's certainly an advantage you'll have. You'll be up to speed on things like that we're not used to. And also, you know, you may be aware of, you know, what kids and college students are into. For me, I'm a member of the North Carolina Recreation and Park Association, which is our state association. It's a good group to be a part of because it's a good way to share knowledge. I think they have over 1,000 people who are members, and, you know, there's a forum you can get advice on. We have an annual conference that I go to every year. So that's definitely one, if you're interested in Parks and Rec, to check out. I would say, again, get as much experience as you can. Even if you can't find a part-time job, volunteer. Every department always could use volunteers for special events, for, you know, different things. So the more you can get involved and get the experience, so that when it comes to your first job interview, you can say, I've done this, you know, I've been a part of this.
Dance, do your dance at the Space Jam. All right.